So you know the term gaslighting, right? It's a term in narcissistic and psychological circles where it's based on the movie Gaslight. There's an evil husband trying to convince his wife that she's slowly losing it. So what he does is he turns down the lights little by little. And they're gas lamps. So, like on a dimmer. Little by little every day. She's like, is it getting darker in here? And he's like, no, why? You must be crazy. Hence the term gaslighting. This is not one of those educational channels. There are great ones out there. You go find them. Learn the things. I'm here to talk about my experiences with this and how I'm going to try to heal from it. This way you perhaps can heal as well. It's also very therapeutic for me to hear you say things like, yep, that happened to me too. That happened to me too. I thought, where did our mothers go to the same narc school? Yeah, they went to narc grad school together. Yeah, they graduated together. Yes, they did. Because this is a mood disorder and they have certain things, certain patterns of behavior that they all seem to have. That's therapeutic for me. I get it off my chest. I get to hear, oh my God, me too. And perhaps as I heal, I can give you advice on how to heal. And maybe you'll be a little entertained in the process. I'm sorry, you can't really see my snazzy necklace today. See? That's a better shot. I wanted so badly to get this TV in and the tree. And I didn't quite set up the necklace as well. So, gaslighting. Like, yes, the pages that pop up first when you Google or Bling or Bing or whatever we're searching these days, they're sort of accurate. So gaslighting phrases are things like, you're crazy. You're the one with the problem. You're just being insecure and jealous. You're too sensitive. The gaslighting that I've experienced, even though I have experienced all those things, the variety of narcs, the one that still injures me. I never said that. Why are you remembering it wrong? I'm not even capable of doing those kind of things. Why are you imagining these things? I never did. Because, oh my God, you did. You did. If I had a nanny cam, I could prove it. But even a nanny cam, even a recording, they would start crying. I don't understand what you want from me. They would flip it. They always flip it back on us. Always. Always. So you could have like a high def, you could have James Cameron with the avatar, with the Na'vi, dancing around next to the narcissist, and they'll be like, that's not me. Like, no, I have you doing it on film. I have you saying this on film. You're saying I'm not capable of that, and I have film of you actually doing that. Well, I don't know what you expect to prove. That I'm not crazy? I never said you were crazy. Gaslighting the Gaslighter. I'll get there. Oh, I will get there. I will get to the title of this video. I will get to it. But first, she loves to tell people how much she nurtured me. Oh, well, I nurtured her. Well, there's nurtured, and then there's dressed me up to be your little tap dancing, organ grinder monkey. You don't know what an organ grinder is, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you've only seen them in cartoons. They would stand on street corners playing this accordion type of thing. It was, and you had to wind it up to make it go. And they would have a monkey with cymbals. Maybe you would hold out a little cup and you'd give them a little coin or something. The monkey could dance, maybe. And I was always a performer. I guess she encouraged me to perform. It's also my nature. As I told you, I'm a Leo. So applause, applause, applause. And I used to just get in, like, as I got a little older, I would just get embarrassed. Like, I didn't want to perform. I didn't want to put on my tutu and dance. I didn't want to sing. And then she'd be disgusted with me and like, oh, get out of that, and dismiss me because I wasn't there to make her look good. She still uses me to make her look good. Like she was the perfect mother. She was a perfect narcissist mother. Now, I'm not being ungrateful. Of course, things could be a lot worse. I was fed. I was housed. I went to school. I didn't live in squalor. I mean, there's plenty of, basic needs that my parents met for me. And in their dysfunctional way, I am absolutely sure they loved me. But my mother definitely had these behavior patterns that indicate she is and was a narcissist. The personality disorder. Not that she was obsessed with herself and looking at herself in the mirror. That she exhibited these behavioral traits. One of them, gaslighting. I never said that. I'm not capable of those things. I never called you stupid. She would call me retarded. Yes, she would call me retarded. Stupid. And then, why are you calling me stupid? I didn't say you were stupid. I said that what you did was stupid. And there's a big difference there, even though she did, in fact, call me stupid. Just like the time she called me up to announce that she hated me. This was a couple of years ago. Like 2 days before my father died. Not died. Fell, which led to his death 2 weeks later. Yeah. I just want you to know I hate you. And she hung up on me. I was curious at that point, so I went over to the house. I'm sorry, did you have more to say? Why is it that you hate me? Because you put the house in debt and everything was paid off. They were $45,000 in debt. I put the house in debt. I brought those people here, my best friend and his wife, who were living in an unfinished basement until I got that reverse mortgage and made a real apartment. And what was the third thing? Oh, and you stuck me with your father. Oh, I didn't marry him. You did, stupid. And I don't know what that meant. It was very hard to get anything done in the household. Like the arrangement I have now, where we have 5 aides on staff, and they come in shifts 4 times a day. They show up to help her. She would have fought me bloody. Fought me almost to the death. There would have just been blood and clumps of hair from the way she would have fought me if I tried to enact that when my father was still alive. The only reason this is working is because when she fell in May of 2022, she could no longer get herself on and off that wheelchair, and I had to come up with something. And that's what I came up with. It was actually a brilliant system. Brilliant. It's a third of the price of a live-in or assisted living. But I digress. I hate you. I stuck her with my father. I put the house in debt. I brought my best friend and his wife to live in the house, who paid rent and helped her. Hated me and announced it. The next day, this is in 2020. The next day, I went to the store for her, dropped everything off, was trying to get away from her as quickly as possible. And as I was just about out the door, oh, by the way, nothing's changed since yesterday. I feel the same way. So, then things happened. When I bring that up to her, like, you told me you hated me. I didn't say I hated you. I said I hate things that you do. No. You said you hated me. And then the next day, see, I have witnesses. A very close friend of mine was also living there because she was having a row with her sister, and she, anyway, needed a place to stay. And unfortunately, she had to live on the same floor with my horrible mother. And no, that didn't go well. My mother tried to push her boundaries, but it all worked out in the end. But I'm here for my friends. She heard it. She actually messaged me. She's like, "Are you okay? I heard what she just said to you." I'm like, "No, I pulled the car over. I'm crying." And you would think, because I have a low opinion of her, it seems, that these behaviors wouldn't bother me. But she's still my mother, and on some desperate level, I still seek her approval, Zuko, and her appreciation. And it still hurts me to think that everything I do to try to keep her in the house instead of a nursing home, and to keep her healthy and safe and clean, even though she fights me on every issue there, it still hurts that she will just say careless, horrible things to me like, "I hate you." I didn't say I hated you. I said I hate the thing. No, you said you hated me. No, you said I was stupid. No, you were not nurturing. So, gaslighting. I'm not turning down the lights. What are you talking about? You must be crazy. Yeah. Forcing me to deny my experience. What do you mean, forcing me to deny my experience? Well, painting me into a corner. I never said that. Why are you telling people? Why are you lying to people? I never did that. She will actually sit there and talk to herself and rewrite what happened. Mm-hmm. Like, who are you talking to? No one. I'm just clearing my throat. But she's been doing this all my life. This is not the poor old thing. She's starting to get dementia. No, she's been doing this all my life. Where she will rewrite what happened by having a conversation with herself. Where she's the hero and the victim. And the other person is the demon, is wrong. I can never be on TV. I can never be like an anchor person. I'm always pulling and pulling. Too bad. It's my channel. This is Daughters of Difficult Mothers, my other channel. Lisa Sarge's. That's for motivational stuff, weight loss stuff, 12-step stuff. This channel is to make sense of these horrible narcissists, what they put us through, and how we can put ourselves back together. Someone asked, I think it was yesterday, does your mother know you're making videos about her? Something like that. You think you'd ever tell your mother about your channel? She doesn't know what a YouTube channel is. I mean, who would find this channel and then show it to her? No, I shouldn't say that. A cousin of mine who had a business that brought him to my parents' house said, "Oh, you know your daughter calls you a narcissist in her book, Diary of a Fat Girl." Yeah, she says you have narcissistic personality disorder. Why the F would you say that? Why would you get me in trouble like that? Granted, she didn't quite know what that meant. So she called me on it. Lise, what's narcissistic personality disorder? I should have said, what's next to your picture in the DSM-4? The 5 wasn't out yet. And just to avoid entanglement with her, I'm like, well, it's just, it's some psycho pop phase. It's popular psycho, it's just a description for some. Why are you telling people that I have narcissistic personality disorder? Well, because you do, and you've been horrible to me. 90% of the time that we have been in the same room since childhood. Once I stopped being your performing monkey, once I stopped mirroring your opinions, once I became my own person, made my own friends, you turned on me. You abandoned me emotionally. That's narcissistic. It's just one of the many symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder. Look, I have a master's in counseling. I'm not diagnosing. I am just naming a set of behaviors. And I can do that. I'm not going to be gaslighted by people like, are you really qualified? Like, are you really qualified? Yeah, I am. As the victim? Yep. As someone with a master's? Yep. As someone who spent my postgraduate years researching the cluster B personality disorders? Yeah, no, I think I can give an educated opinion. I'm an expert. I'm so sorry. I wish I knew how to edit videos. I would just edit that out. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to hear that. I've been talking all night. I taught a class tonight. So I'm a little phlegmy. What am I doing to her now? Okay, so how did I resolve the book? I just can't believe you would write a book and say those things. I'm like, oh, would you stop? I was just trying to be dramatic. I was just trying to add some drama to this story. It doesn't even mean anything, Ma. You couldn't help it. It's just, it's just the result of growing up in a large because I had to shut her up. I couldn't take the boo-hooing, the guilt tripping. And then she forgot about it, and it doesn't get brought up. I don't talk about my book with my family or people who could interact with her and start reading passages to her or something crazy. Please don't. If you're someone who knows me, don't. Please let me vent here. Let this be my therapy. Thank you. You have to understand, I feel bad. I feel guilty because I think she's destructive. She's a destructive child. She's a child. In Al-Anon, we talk about we didn't cause their disease. We didn't cause the disease of alcoholism, drug addiction. We can only manage ourselves and our reactions to it. Perhaps lead by example. They're sick. It's a disease. So with her, I have to tell myself, and she's been addicted to things. I don't want to. Would you believe I have a boundary? Like, I don't want to out her for her addictions. I'll talk about the food one, though. And I'll talk about her horrible narcissistic behavior. Remember, if you're new to this, I'm not sure why you'd be watching me. I'm not an education channel. I'm not teaching you what narcissism is. There are plenty of other channels that talk about narcissists and their behavior. I'm talking about how I experience it and how I'm healing from the abuse. And she's not the only one either. Wait till I get to the next few. So, I feel bad because she is a child and she is obviously mentally, psychologically compromised. Somebody who sits there and talks to herself to rewrite a scenario to make her the hero and the victim, who projects and tells lies about people. God. She rewrites history and then she repeats the lie. I don't want to say because it's a lot of family members. She would just lie about them. And she's the last of 11 children. The last one alive. And she was like her baby brother just passed away. I loved my uncle. No, I didn't talk to him anymore. Any longer. He was still an important part of my childhood, and I adored him. But nope, this 99-year-old just wants to keep on living. And there's a purpose there. And it's God's plan. Not to torture and punish me. There's something else going on. So, yeah, I feel really bad when I yell at her, snipe at her, get short with her, want to get the hell away from her as soon as I can. I feel terrible. I feel terrible guilt. And you could say, well, she doesn't deserve any better. She only deserves your contempt. You're probably right, but I just can't. I beat myself up for hours or days after an episode where I yell at her. Doesn't matter that she deserves it. Doesn't matter that I need to get it off my chest. Doesn't matter that I have to lash back at her when she says certain things. And plots terrible, terrible mischief and lies right in front of me. Like I just heard you verbally abusing your aide, and now you're denying that you said you raised your voice to her. You just did it. That's someone who's unwell. She's unwell. So yeah, I feel bad. So today I had to bring in groceries, pick up laundry, bring her money for the week. And I dread going into that house because I really want to fix it up and make it my own. Even if I just left her little corner exactly the way she wants it. I just, too many roadblocks there right this second. And plus being in her presence is depressing and rage-inducing. The fact that she doesn't listen, like, okay, if you can't hear me, ask me to repeat it. But don't just talk over me or change the subject before I've finished explaining something. Or I just told you I borrowed money out of my pension to keep you from having to go into a nursing home. That's my other phone. And your reaction is, oh, there's a bag of laundry. She bagged up laundry. You have to get my laundry. But again, this is not an old lady who's just doing old lady things all my life. Something was important to me. I needed to tell her, get her opinion, get her approval, be treated like a daughter. Oh, wait, Lisa. Oh, I just have to, the 7 Sister Roses, Lisa. They remind me of my sister May. Wait. I never see the 7 Sister Roses. All right, what? What were you trying to say? I don't know, something about my week. This is when I would see her twice a week. I had moved out to get away from her and still went to lunch with her and took her out garage sailing and to eat in the car while we garage sailed. That's 2 days out of my week. All about her. And I was so desperately sick, addicted, poor. I needed the food. I needed whatever couple of bucks she would give me when I walked out of the car. I needed whatever she would buy me at the garage sales. And I would have to sit there and listen to her shushling and chuchling. Remember my misophonia, which is real. Just to get $20 and a meal. Whatever cute little things I bought that I needed for my place. So I feel guilty about that too. Why the hell didn't I stand up to her? I just couldn't. I didn't have the strength, the courage, the boundaries, the self-esteem. And I lived with somebody who was abusing me. And then I moved out from him and moved in with a boyfriend who was a serial cheater. Oh my God. How am I still here? Well, because I always had faith. And I had faith that I had a higher purpose in this life. Gaslighting the Gaslighter. So, I'm getting to it. So, I'm dreading going in the house today with the groceries and the money. And I pray, God, give me patience. Please, God, give me patience. Please. Help this to be quick and painless, please. But she plots evil. If I go in and go out really quickly, she plots evil. Now, will there still be smear campaigns behind my back? Yes. It's just that things are worse when I don't give her the attention she wants. At least I can give her 5 minutes. That's a long time for me, by the way. She gets longer when we have company. Then I can drink a little, ease my pain. So what did I decide to do? Gaslighting the Gaslighter. I promise I'm getting to the title. To pretend to be happy to see her. I went in and I acted. Hi! Finally got that berry Propel that you've been wanting for so long. I can't believe finally got it back in stock. Then yap, 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 yap. She's yapping at me. I'm like, okay, so, I borrowed it, money out of my pension so that, yeah, well, there's a bag of laundry. She bagged it. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? What? That you got the berry? No, after that. That I borrowed out of my pension for you. Oh. I always tell you how much I appreciate you. Do you? So that's how I gaslit her. Aren't I cruel? To be nice and chipper and in an upbeat mood when I go see the person who caused me the most misery of my life. Oh, man. That's the sound of a lightsaber. I hope you could hear that. I have the best notification sounds on my main phone. This is my record stuff phone. Yeah, so, I wish I could end this with a solution. What are the solutions? No contact. Low contact, which I believe I'm pulling off quite well, while still making sure she's cared for. Or you just narc back at them. Start talking about yourself. But, then I would have to repeat myself a lot, because she's hard of hearing now. That used to be fun, but... So, gaslighting the Gaslighter, pretending to be just happy and in a good mood. And you know what? I left feeling very light. No guilt trip for losing my temper. No guilt trip for running out of there really fast. I did the right thing. I did the light thing. So this is Daughters of Difficult Mothers channel. I did write a book, Diary of a Fat Girl. You have to look it up by my last name. Somebody else took the title. It's very different. Mine's better. But I do talk about the development of the eating disorder and her role in it. So those kind of books fascinate you. I wrote a fascinating book, and the audiobook is me reading it. So please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, even if it's only a heart. And I'll see you again soon, hopefully with more solutions, at least more stories. Thank you for watching.